What if I told you your worst financial mistake could actually be the best thing that happened to you? Yeah, I know. Sounds insane. You're probably thinking, the best thing? Are you kidding me? I just spent 3 months rent on stuff I don't even remember buying. And before you roll your eyes and mutter, yeah, easier said than done, hear me out. I'm not here to give you some feel-good pep talk. I'm here to show you how to take that embarrassment, that regret, that why did I do that feeling, and turn it into a fuel. Fuel that actually makes your next move smarter, sharper, and way less humiliating. Here is the deal. Every dumb move you've made, the ones that keeping you at night, they're not failures, they're clues. And if you pay attention, they can actually make your next move genius level. So stop hiding from them, let's dig in and see what your mistakes are really trying to tell you. Alright, let's not dance around it. You screwed up. Big time. That can't miss investment? Missed. The 3M online shopping spree? Yeah, your bank account still hasn't forgiven you. And now here you are, scrolling like you're a guilty little raccoon, wondering how your life became a financial horror story. Here is the ugly truth. Ignoring it won't make it go away. Blaming the economy, astrology, your ex, or even your dog? Pointless. Step 1. Admit it. Own it. Say it loud if you have to. I'm a financial disaster. Feels awful? Perfect. That means you're about to do something about it. And don't roll your eyes. There is a method in a madness. Every screw up leaves a trail. Triggers, blind spots, patterns. Spot them and you start seeing the road out of mess. Ignore them. And congratulations, you're doomed to star in the same sequel nobody wanted. Mini challenge, write down what went wrong. No excuses, no sugarcoating, just brutal, cold facts. Once that's done, we can move to the next step. Why this screws up her like hell emotionally and how to stop letting them control you. Congrats, you survived admitting your financial disaster. Give yourself a slow clap, but don't get too comfy because right now comes the fun part. Actually feeling like absolute crap. Yep, that knot in your stomach, that screaming voice in your head, the part of you that wants to hide under the couch, that's guilt, shame and regret waving hello. Here's the thing no one tells you. Those feelings, they actually prove that you still care. You could be numb and broke, and that would be way worse. Guilt is annoying, yes, but it's also a warning system screaming. Pay attention, genius, so you don't make the same mistake again. Most people freak out, panic, or drown it in retail therapy. You're about to actually use it. Call it out, name it. Shame, embarrassment, fear, rage, whatever cocktail you're feeling. Write it down, say it out loud, make it undeniable. The second you see it clearly, it loses its grip. Suddenly you start noticing the patterns. Why you spend impulsively, why you panicked, why you keep making those same dumb moves. That's power disguised as pain. And here is the twist. All that shame, guilt and panic, it's not just misery. It's raw, untapped fuel. Every embarrassing, cringe-worthy money mistake is screaming at you. Pay attention. In Chapter 3, we're about to take those disasters, shake them upside down, and pull out the lessons you actually need, so your next move didn't suck nearly as much. Buckle up, it's about to get real. Let's be brutally honest. After a major money screw up, there is a voice in your head that won't just shut up. The one whispering,
"You're stupid. You'll never get it right. How did you mess up again?"
yeah, that one. Most people let it run the show. They spiral, binge, or hide. But here is a mind-blowing truth. That voice is not your enemy. It's a raw energy source that just waiting to be channeled. Harness it, and your self-hate becomes a key for smarter, unstoppable financial decisions. Name the voice, don't fight it. First, stop pretending you're fine. You're not. That little voice deserves a name. Call it the critic, the accountant from hell, or wherever fits. Once you personify it, you stop reacting unconsciously and start interacting deliberately. Ask yourself, what is it trying to protect me from? What lesson is buried in its cruelty? How can I use this anger at myself to take smarter action? The key is curiosity. Self-hate loses its power the moment you stop fearing it and start studying it. Turn shame into a strategic mirror. Shame feels awful, but it's actually a reflection of where you care. That knot in your stomach isn't punishment, it's a compass. It points toward the decisions, habits, or blind spots that need fixing. To leverage it, write a shame list. Every money move that makes you cringe. Next to each, write the truth. What happened, why, and what it taught you. No sugarcoating, no excuses, just brutal clarity. By treating shame like data, you flip it from self-attack into insight. Suddenly, the past becomes your most precise blueprint for future success. Convert anger at yourself into forward motion. Hate yourself enough to move, but not so much that you break. Channel it like kinetic energy. Set a micro goal related to each regret. Create a small ritual that transforms the negative energy into action. Journaling, reviewing budgets, or even a 1-minute visualization of success. Each time you act, reinforce the narrative. I felt it, now I am building. Your self-anger becomes a motivator, not a jailer. It's the fuel that most people spend on binging or avoidance. It's your secret weapon instead. Practice radical self-compassion. Here is the paradox. You can't fully use your mistakes until you stop beating yourself up constantly. Radical self-compassion isn't weakness, it's clarity. Try this. Talk to yourself like a coach, not a criminal. Acknowledge your mistakes fully. I messed up and that sucked. Then pivot immediately to action. Now I will do X to prevent it again. Your brain stops being trapped in a guilt loop, and the energy you use to hate yourself becomes a strategic intelligence. Visualize your past as a launch pad, not a burden. Most people look at old financial mistakes like anchors dragging them down. Here's the hack. Imagine them as trampolines. Every regret, every cringe moment is a springboard for growth. Close your eyes and replay the moment. But this time, imagine yourself acting differently. See the future you, stronger, smarter, more confident. Let the emotional charge from regret propel you toward real, measurable change. You've learned to turn regret and self-criticism into insight and strength. That energy you've cultivated doesn't stop here. It quietly prepares you for what's next. Now we'll take those lessons and see how they can guide your decisions, shape your habits, and build the financial future you can trust. You've carried your mistakes like heavy luggage for years, dragging shame and self-hate with every step. But here is what most people never realize. Regret is not a burden. It's not something to bury or ignore. It's a signal. Every choice you once cursed, every impulse that embarrassed you, every financial misstep, if you examine it closely, reveals exactly where your thinking falters, where fear hijacks logic, and where opportunity waits. Most people try to forget it, they numb it, they pretend it doesn't exist. You've done the hard work, you've faced the errors, you cataloged them, and felt the sharp sting of self-reproach. And now, those very feelings, the ones you once saw as weaknesses, your very precise tools. They show you when to pause, when to act, and when to double down. Think of it this way, the mistakes that used to haunt you are now fueling your next moves. Each regret, when understood, informs every decision you make. Every self-directed critique is a lesson etched in experience. Every pan of shame is an alert. You're no longer fleeing your past. You are harnessing it. Here is the part most people never see. The power of this approach isn't just avoiding the future mistakes. It's in using them as leverage. Momentum builds quietly, almost invisibly. The lessons you've learned sharpen your instincts. They turn hesitation into precision. Your financial life, once chaotic and reactive, now moves with deliberate rhythm, one shaped not by fear, but by insight. So own it all. Own the regret, the shame, the moments you once thought defined you. They don't weaken you, they accelerate you. Every choice made from this point forward carries the intelligence of your past without its fear. Mistakes, regret, self-hate, they aren't chains. They're building blocks of strength. Keep building. One day you'll look back not with shame, but with pride in what you made from what once felt broken. If this made you uncomfortable, good. It means something shifted. Most people spend their life running from financial regret. You just learned how to use it. This channel isn't about some quick tips or fake motivation. It's about understanding how money actually interacts with behavior, psychology, and real life, and using that understanding to build something solid. If you want to keep going deeper, sharpen your decisions, and turn insights into control, subscribe. This isn't the end of the conversation.